Hey y'all, it's your girl Destiny, and I am back with another video. And today we're going to be talking about my journey with people pleasing and how I stopped being a people pleaser. If you're new to my channel, I talk about all things self-growth. So if that's something that you're into, go ahead and click that subscribe button. All right, y'all. So first and foremost, I just wanted to let y'all know how bad my people pleasing tendencies were. My people pleasing had got so bad that I had started to, struggle with burnout, anxiety, and even leading to depression. My whole entire life was based on what other people wanted from me, making other people happy, and living up to other people's expectations. That just created a whirlwind of unhappiness, anxiety, overthinking too much about what other people thought about me, and pretty much just not having any control over my own life. And I did do a video on my journey with anxiety, and I do go very deep into that. And I talk a lot about, how people pleasing impacted me. So if you guys want to, dig deeper into that, you can go ahead and watch that video. Now, one of the first things that I really had to do when I kind of realized that people pleasing was my problem was get clear on what I genuinely wanted out of life, out of everything. My friendships, my relationships, and that definitely does include relationships with family, out of my job, career, and professional life, and just out of like myself and like my personal development and like how far I wanted to take that. And the thing about figuring out, and don't get me wrong, I definitely know that it's easier said than done, but figuring out what you really want out of life will definitely be worth it. Because if you think about it, you are way more likely to say yes to things that you don't want and don't want to do when you don't know what you do want and what you do want to do. And it will take some experimentation, kind of figuring out exactly what you want, but it will be well worth it. And when I say experimentation, I mean experimentation. Y'all, like I have started a business and it failed. I have pursued maybe 4 other business ideas by myself that I just never even followed through on because I figured out that it wasn't for me. Y'all, I have a sewing machine. I have resin because I tried resin crafts. I have oil paints and acrylic paints. I have a Cricut machine. Y'all, I have so many different things because I've tried so many different ventures, and it has been a roller coaster, but I feel like all of the different things that I've done have definitely got me to this point, and I don't regret any of it. And it's definitely going to take some experimentation to figure out what it is that you truly want to do. The second thing that I had to do was really get comfortable saying no. And I'm gonna tell y'all about a time that I really should have said no, but I said yes anyway, and it resulted in so much stress and anxiety for about an entire 2 weeks. So I was at work, and 2 employees on our team were going to be out. They were going on vacation. One of the employees, she does a lot of like support work for me and the rest of our team. And while she was going to be gone, we were going to have to do all of our own work that she typically does to support us. And not only that, our other employee that was on our team, she was also going on vacation, but she needed somebody to keep up with her work because, y'all, at my job, it don't matter if you're on vacation or not, our deadlines are still our deadlines. So she needed somebody to, keep up with her work and, to get some stuff done for her so that way when she came back, she wouldn't be super behind. Now, I don't know how I became the topic of discussion because I am the newest person on the team. Granted, I have been with this job for about 1.5 years now, and I'm the newest one there. A lot of these people have been there for a very long time. And somehow my name came up in conversation that I should be the one to take on employee number 2's work while she's on vacation so that she doesn't fall behind. When they first brought it up, I was thinking to myself, like, I shouldn't do it. But I said yes anyway. So now, on top of my own deadlines, now I'm taking care of her work and her deadlines, and I'm also taking care of the work that, I typically have support for that I don't have support for this entire week. So now I'm like just swamped with work. And this resulted in me having a lot of stress and anxiety throughout an entire week. And even when they came back, I was still like struggling with my anxiety and trying to like bring myself down, from being just so riled up all the time. I literally got so burnt out. I mean, fizzled out. And it was all because I couldn't say no. When in reality, I could have said no, but I also didn't even have to say no. I could have just said, well, how about me and somebody else kind of split that responsibility so that I'm not bearing all of it on my own. And if y'all got a story time about a time where y'all knew y'all should have said no, but y'all said yes anyway, I definitely want to hear them. And I definitely want to hear about how you handled that, because I feel like, you know, some of us come across similar situations and we can learn from somebody else's mistakes and we could just avoid it altogether. So y'all just let me know down in the comments. Now, I want to talk about some of the common reasons why it's hard for people to say no. And, you know, maybe you fall under some of these categories or one of these categories, you know, maybe you don't. But the first one is going to be the one that I feel like I was under in that specific scenario, which is that I felt the need to like prove myself. Like I said, I was like the newest person, you know, on our team. And I kind of just felt like, okay, if I show them that I can do this, then it kind of just builds some respect in my work environment. So I kind of just, I just did that. And some people actually just get uncomfortable saying no, because, you know, that can turn into an uncomfortable conversation. It can make the other person uncomfortable. Or sometimes people might even feel guilty for saying no about things, or maybe some people might worry that the other person might get mad at them if they say no. And first of all, I just want to say that if any person makes you feel bad for saying no about something, then that's probably not somebody that, you know, you should have in your life. Because in my opinion, it gives manipulation. Because let's say you say no to something because you genuinely don't have the capacity. You should not feel bad about that. Or if you say no, I mean, honestly, if you say no just because you don't want to, you shouldn't have to feel bad about that. Like, if it's not a life or death situation, there's no reason why somebody should be getting upset with somebody else and trying to make somebody else feel bad about not wanting to do something. And secondly, saying no does not make you selfish. And obviously, like, there are ways to say no without being rude or, you know, without making other people feel away, but it does not make you selfish to say no. Because I know for me personally, sometimes I really just don't have it in me to do certain things, and I feel like that is okay. You need to realize that that is okay. And don't avoid the uncomfortable conversations, because they can be healthy. And quite frankly, doing something that we really don't want to do just to make somebody else happy is how we got into this whole people-pleasing scenario in the first place. Here are some easier ways to tell people no. I would love to, but I just don't have the mental capacity. I don't think that I would be the best for that. Maybe you should ask somebody else. I would if I could, but I'm just too busy. Maybe I could do it next time. Try asking me that again when I'm in a better place. Those are just like some simple ways that you can, you know, say no that don't have to be rude, and, you know, can kind of even let people know, like, I would love to help you, but I just don't have it in me. I just can't do it. And because I feel like saying no is so essential in terms of eliminating people pleasing, I'm going to tell you guys 4 things that I feel like really made it easier for me to say no. Number 1 was building my self-love. And I say that because the more you love yourself, the less likely you are to let yourself suffer for the benefit of other people. And I know that sounds kind of harsh, like, oh, why do I have to be suffering? But the thing about people pleasing is that it can become so extreme to where you are putting yourself in a situation to where you are suffering and you are, you know, overextending yourself and you are burning yourself out for the benefit of somebody else. So when you build your self-love, you are way less likely to do that because you don't want to put yourself through that, or because you are unwilling to put yourself through that. Next is going to be building self-esteem, which I actually did a video on like how I built my self-esteem. So if you want to get deeper into that, you can go ahead and watch that video. But building your self-esteem will literally just make you value your time, your energy, and your effort way more. And you will naturally be more selective on how you choose to spend that. You will just realize how valuable it really is, and that, you know, it's not always worth just putting out there. And next is going to be self-confidence. And self-confidence is really important because it's going to help you trust in your decision making. So like if you tell somebody no, you're not going to go back and like second guess, like, oh dang, should I have said no? Oh, maybe I should have said yeah, maybe I should have did that. Like, no, you're going to have confidence in your decision. You're going to have confidence in your answer, and that you told somebody no, and like, okay, I trust that I just did what's best for me. And the next thing that I had to do was develop a strong sense of self-discipline, because for me, people pleasing had become a habit. Like, it had become a habit to just automatically say yes to people. So I had to break the habit of instantly saying yes. I had to constantly remind myself to say things like, I'll think about it, I gotta see, I'll let you know, or just flat out say no. Like, instead of saying yes first all the time, maybe say no first. Maybe say, no, you know what, I'll think about it. Because you don't want to just come out like flat out saying yes, because then you'll think to yourself, well dang, I already said yes. So you got to kind of get out of that habit of just like saying yes all the time. So for those of you who, you know, are just so tired of people pleasing and, you know, you're trying to get out of that, definitely go ahead and subscribe. I feel like this, like people pleasing is a big part of my journey. And granted, it is still a journey that like I'm going through. Like, yes, I am much better at it, and I really don't consider myself a people pleaser anymore per se, but I do still have some of those tendencies, and I do plan to keep working on them, and I do plan to share everything that I learned along the way. You know, I feel like adulting is really hard. You know, finding ourselves is very hard. Figuring out what's best for us can be very hard, and we all need support, and that is what I'm here for. So yes, y'all, that is all I have for you guys today. I hope that this helps somebody, you know, who is struggling with people pleasing. I hope that you take some of these tips and actually apply them to your life. You guys don't forget to subscribe. It would mean a lot to me. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.